Anxiety. How can we heal anxiety? Through nutrients, through food, and through lifestyle. Now, what is anxiety? If you hear what University of Maryland Medical Center says, it says anxiety is a persistent feeling of fear, unease, and worry. Some call it as an unpleasant and undesired feeling over something which is unlikely to happen. It is not necessary that what you're feeling will happen, but people start to overthink about it. A lot of people say anxiety is nothing but fear, but anxiety and fear are two different things. Fear can be invoked because of a real danger, okay, and it can give us the strength to fight it and to face it, whereas anxiety will only make us feel or overthink about it. Anxiety, what we've seen is increasing in adolescents these days. Roughly around 20 to 30% of adolescents experience anxiety. Some use it as a very broad term, especially before an exam, before an important meeting or an interview, and confuse some sort of fear with anxiety as well. Now, being anxious is a normal part of human survival response, okay? But sometimes when it becomes excessive, or when it becomes a way of life, or it's a way of you running away from facing a situation, okay, that's where the problem is. Now, most of the time, overthinking, okay, and not focusing on the brighter side of life is also one of the reasons why a lot of people have anxiety, which can eventually lead to depression. Now, there are some interesting facts about anxiety. First, anxious kids are more likely to be taking up drinking as they grow up. Okay, if in childhood you are anxious, you might have a tendency to get into drinking. People who have IBS are more prone to have anxiety attacks. Those who eat more crap food, okay, more sugar, or food that spike your blood sugar, they are more likely to be anxious. And every time this anxiety attack happens, they will eat more of these foods to get quick energy. The more you eat, the more anxious you'll get in the longer run. Hypothyroid people are more prone to anxiety and depression. Okay? Not necessarily saying that anybody who's got hypothyroid will have anxiety, but people who have hypothyroid are more likely to be anxious or to have depression. One of the major reasons for people getting anxiety is chronic sleep deprivation. People who don't sleep properly. Okay, chronic insomnia is linked to depression and anxiety. And people who have imbalanced sex hormone, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, they are more likely to lead a life which will lead to anxiety and depression. Now, whenever you come across something, or if you are facing it, the idea is not to take some supplements or nutrients or medicine to control it. The idea is to understand what is the root cause. Is it because of your digestion being poor? Is it because of some nutrients which are low? Is it because you are sleep deprived? Is it because your hormones are imbalanced? Is it because your metabolism, your thyroid metabolism is not working properly? Now, when it comes to nutrient, because most of the people fail to admit that I have sleep deprivation, I have a constipation, or emotions are not clear, or I have imbalanced hormone, because we don't test it and we usually guess it. But when it comes to nutrient, okay, there are certain nutrients that I would say one should start adding more into your routine. One, if you want to prevent. Second, if you want to heal. Okay, folate. Now, folate helps in production of dopamine and serotonin. Okay, and it has a calming effect on your body. Now, you get folate in ample in beans, all type of beans, red bean, white bean, black-eyed bean, soya bean, okay, any type of beans that are there, okay, spinach, kale, wheat germ, okay, wheat which has been not cleaned totally, it has got this outer covering. Chromium is the second nutrient that a lot of people are deficient, and people need when it comes to improving the anxiety effect, because it has got it helps the transmission of serotonin, and which is shown to be anxiety relieving, and that is the reason people who are anxious and all, they are given sleep medicines so that they can sleep properly and the anxiety goes down. And you can find this in potato, wheat, rye, liver, eggs. Brewer yeast is a very good source of it. Vitamin D and E. Now, low levels of both or either of them. Okay, and lot of people are low on vitamin D, have shown to increase anxiety and depression in people. Okay, and people who have been able to slowly boost vitamin D levels up along with magnesium have seen a lot of reduction in their anxiety attacks or being depressive. Vitamin B3, low B3 is equal to anxiety episode. Okay, now vitamin B3 helps converting tryptophan to serotonin, which gets converted into melatonin, and melatonin is a sleep hormone. So if your vitamin B3 levels are low, you will not be able to sleep properly. If you don't sleep properly, you might have issues with converting your active neurotransmitter, which is known as glutamate, into GABA, which is calming. Now GABA you can also get with some calming teas like a good green tea or a tulsi tea or chamomile tea, and that is the reason a lot of people drink this before bed. Vitamin B6, okay. Vitamin B6 works as a cofactor which converts your glutamate into GABA. But if you take high dose of vitamin B6, which a lot of B supplements, if you see it says B6, which is 2200% of your daily requirement, that can reverse your GABA into glutamate and can make you more anxious. So you do not want to have a very high dose of B6. Now food which help in which are rich in vitamin D, E, B6, B3, I have done specific videos on my YouTube and on my Instagram page which talks about food which are rich in this, which can be easily added into your daily routine. I think there are around 15-16 videos around different types of food that can be added to your routine, so you would want to maybe check that out. The other mineral that you need is zinc. Now zinc is something that I've been advocating for a very, very long time. A lot of people need it. A lot of people are deficient on zinc. Zinc interacts with something known as NMDA, okay, receptor in the brain. Okay, now zinc, this NMDA receptor is what regulates your mood. So if your NMDA receptor is not working properly, you will have an aggressive mood, you'll be depressed, you'll be anxious. And to get this proper, you need zinc. Now a lot of people say, zinc, should I take a source? Should I take as a supplement form? Should I eat oysters? Should I eat seafood? But do you know the richest source of zinc, which is bioavailable to everyone, is in ginger root. And that is the reason I've been telling people to drink ginger tea, eat a lot of ginger raw, pickle form, whatever you can, if it suits you. You can also get zinc from Brazil nuts. You can get it from steel-cut oats. You can get it from buckwheat. Selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral that reduces anxiety due to a protein that it has. It has got something known as selenoprotein, now which helps to reduce your anxiety. Now you can get it in Brazil nut. You can also get it in apple cider vinegar, a good quality apple cider vinegar. The next two are magnesium and choline. Magnesium regulates your hypothalamus, pituitary and adrenal axis. So if your magnesium levels are right, okay, if there's cellular magnesium, this magnesium that is inside the cell, magnesium helps to move sodium and potassium and nutrient in and out of the cell. If your magnesium levels are right, okay, it will help to reduce your anxiety levels. Now you get it in kelp at the highest form. You get it in dulse, you get it in wheat bran, you get it in wheat germs, you get it in almonds, you get it in cashew nuts, okay. And mineral comes from soil. So since our soils are depleted, we all are most likely deficient on magnesium, okay. While a blood report will say magnesium levels are in the range, it is what is available in the blood, but we are talking about magnesium which are inside your cell, which will be much lower than what it reflects in your blood. Choline. Now choline is something that you get in chicken, egg, nuts, oats, okay. Now choline is a precursor to acetylcholine, okay, and it helps to reduce anxiety attacks, okay. So people who have a diet which has got maybe it's animal feed like eggs, chicken, or whose diets are good in nuts or in oats or in wheat bran, they are able to think properly. They are able to control their anxiety in a much better manner. Last but one of the best supplement that can help you, it's a family from B vitamins. It's known as inositol. Inositol, you get it in beans, nuts, grains, dark leafy green. it helps to reduce your anxiety. Inositol also helps to reduce inflammation caused by overthinking, inflammation caused by anxiety. So these are the supplements you can add, nutrients you can add. The list of food that are rich in this, you can get it on, as I said, on the Insta and the YouTube channel, where you can have 40 foods that are good in certain B vitamins. The whole idea is try to get nutrient from your food first. If your food supplies, because of your lifestyle or because of availability, is not proper, then you would want to add it as a supplement form. If you're getting from a food form, then look at how you can improve your digestion to get more out of what you're eating. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and we'll catch up soon. Namaste.